How do there, people out there inside of Viewerland? It is I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm back inside of this expedition, the Leviathan. If you didn't see the last episode, I'll put a link up there. But anyhow, people, let's press on with getting some patches. Righto, so one of the previous rewards that I picked up was an exomech. So what I'm hoping to do is put down said exomech and maybe use it to go and pick up all the storm crystals, because you can actually pluck them out the ground using your exomech. Now there's a couple of missions here to earn units as well. Well, I can sell all those storm crystals for a lot of units, so I think that's a double bagger. The only one that I'm really worried about is getting all the whispering eggs. There's only 10 to be had, but it doesn't take much for those little green critters to completely annihilate thee. Right, okay, but I think I've got some tips for that, so hopefully I'll be able to share them with you during this video to make it a bit easier for you. Right, well, we'll continue our jumping session, and like as before, I'll be touching down in each of the stations and running around looking for navigational data. Well, I've reached a system where only one of the planets has been looked upon and discovered. So I'm figuring there's not going to be a lot of bases here. Hopefully not a lot of comms balls and a lot of traffic. And this is where I can put my plan into action of bringing out my exomech. And one of these planets, you can see here, has activated copper. I spied it on my way into the system. And you can see here it's got cloud coverage. So perhaps there's already a storm raging. Probably not the best time to land then and put out my exomech, just in case I haven't got all the actual bits and bobs to craft it. I don't think I've got enough gold, but let's just put the boots on the ground and we shall check. Right, well, we're back with the gold. Yes, golden ticket, Captain Steve. I got a golden ticket to build an exomech. Hush, kapah, you're done. Righto, so I'm going to pick up this crystal with my bare hands. There you go, chicka-pow. Now I'm going to get in my exomech. You know what, we're going to go on a little jaunt picking up frost crystals. You know what, I'm going to play you some music. So there we go, double whammy, double dragon. I used to love Double Dragon, heck yes I did, freaking awesome game. Anyway, we're going off on a tangent. I'm going to need to pop in my rewards, lovely jubbly. Now I'm running low on warp fuel, so you know what, I'm going to touch down on another planet's surface, and I came across a minor settlement by sheer freaking fluke and chance. And yeah, I can put my refinery in here, I can do all my work inside of here, under shelter, then I can just run out the doors, blast a load of stuff, get myself a shit ton of freaking carbon, and spin that into more warp fuel. So here we go, that's me mining. thought I'd let you enjoy that song in full. So basically you saw there I just went to the next iteration point and then I hit up the beacony sort of thing inside my inventory space to find this grave marker, just like we've done in other instances. We've unlocked another little bit of lore, lovely little snippet of lore, but it's all about these sort of weird, majestic whale-type space creatures that we're trying to track down. It's quite a lovely little traveller there, but even he looks, he's like he's getting a little bored with this because it is very repetitive, I'm finding, with this one. So there we go, done, diddly and done. There's not been any real sort of new missions. They're just a rehash of the missions that we've done before, but I'm going to save that for the review. But I'm just putting a little tick in the box for that one, just to say, yeah, I've noticed, Hello Games. Anyhow, well, let's press on. So here we are at an abandoned building. Now, I came across this just by sheer chance. I was also jumping around in my exomech on the planet's surface because on these rendezvous type point planets are eggs just out in the wild because they're those nestled, infested planets and they've got the eggs out in the wild. Now what I did find is if I brought my exomech close to an egg, pop the egg, grab the lava core, jump in my exomech, I can jump around like a freaking grasshopper and get away really quickly. But then I came across this by sheer chance. And you can see here what I'm doing is I'm just tunneling underneath the eggs and creating a little funnel point, zapping the actual eggs, they fall down into the hole, the monsters stay on the surface, you can just pick the eggs up. As easy as putting all your eggs in a basket, people out there inside of the viewerverse. Really freaking fandangle easy when you actually approach it this way. Haha, you can't get me, you little green toad. Right, okay, brilliant. Let's zap this. They're more scorpion-esque than toad-esque, aren't they? I mean, let's face it, they look fudgel like freaking frogs. And I think they've got like 6 legs. They got 6 legs? I don't know. Anyway, they didn't subside, even though the text comes up and says swarm is subsiding. If you're down in the hole, for some reason they don't subside anymore, people. So yeah, I went inside the building, I hit up a save, and I reloaded after a little while because pirates came and started shooting the freaking... You don't want pirates shooting you and those little green goblins spitting stuff at you. So I hit up a manual save and reloaded. So there's another tip for you. If you start getting attacked by pirates and you've managed to do some of it, just hit a manual save, reload, gets rid of the pirates. Right, okay. It said that the swarm is subsiding, and I can still see that they're running around on the surface. Cheeky. Right, okay, let's do this one then. So we're just going to tunnel underneath here, and we're going to do the same again. And get our eggs. Heck yes, it's like Easter. It's freaking like taking candy from a baby. So here we go. Lovely job. So hopefully you can employ this sort of method. Now, I would say do this... Maybe if you can find an abandoned building on a different planet, because a lot of people have put bases on here, and if they've got bases on abandoned buildings, you can't actually edit the terrain, so you can't do the digging technique that I just did. No, it makes it a lot freaking harder. It really does. Anyhow, let's shoot these eggs and get ourselves a laugh, of course. Why are you not popping? Freaking pop, you freaking get. Okay, there we go. We can get that one. Ah, bloody heck! It nearly grabbed me. Did you see that? He freaking went for me. Right, okay, brilliant. Sometimes they appear in the cave, but then they teleport back out onto the surface. They don't usually do you damage, but that one took me by surprise, hence the little scream. Right, okay, sorry about that, people. I'll try and keep my manly ways about me. Right, let's try. Let's try again. Right, okay, brilliant. And we're going to zap this one now, and hopefully get this little lava core. This little lava core, man. Oh, my days. Oh, fudging. I've done it. I've freaking done it. Oh, my days. Okay, right, let's get out of the hole. Oh, no, I got nibbled in the air. Holy fudge. Okay. Quickly, to my exomech. What the... No! No! That's my second death. Now, I don't really know what this does, people. Death by freaking ground impalement. Oh, what the fudge. Okay, well, at least it hasn't duplicated my saves. Apparently there is a bug out there that when you die, it duplicates all your save files. And if you go and delete the duplicate, it actually deletes your main one as well. They both disappear. So I don't know what you do if you've got that bug. Hopefully there's going to be some bug fixes out, and hopefully that's going to get fixed. So yeah, what the fudge? Okay, let's see if I... That's not the planet I was on. This is Crystal Oich. This is where I started. This is the starting planet. Okay, well, there's my ship marker over here. Oh, no. That's what popped up when I first started my freaking expedition, people. Right, okay. I got that one. But I've already collected that badge. Are all my badges why is my ship on fire? Oh my days, it resets all your progress. I just got the badge for finding my freaking ship. What about my inventory space? No! All my slots are gone. My slots, all my freaking resources, everything. You're having a laugh. This is worse than Elden Ring. Elden Ring, at least you get back to your grave marker, you get everything back again. No, this one, just reset the game. Get rid of everything, like you've not even started your expedition. Are you freaking shiting me? Oh, I don't know whether I want to continue playing at this point. Well, this is going in the review. And, oh, this is frustrating as fudge. What the heck? No! It's baselined, everything. Everything has been reset. Back to square one. Oh no. Oh, you know when things are that bad you don't know whether to laugh or cry, so you just got to pick one. I went for laughter. Shite. I'll probably go cry in a minute. Oh, you're having a laugh. I can't even restore my save, and I didn't back up to the cloud. Right, well that's definitely what I'm going to be doing from here on in. Okay, people. Well, you know what? What I've noticed, though, is all the bases that you've built, they remain. And as soon as you get yourself to a station or to the Nexus, you can jump to your bases. So I already had one base, though. So I've learned my lesson now. I'm putting a base at each key point. So this one is at a freighter. So I'm marking that one off. I'm having a freighter just in case I have to do all this again, because finding a freighter is a bit of a pain because you need the navigational data and you need to go and find yourself a crashed freighter like I did in the previous episode. So this is a little bit of a heads up to those that are playing and playing probably afresh. Learn from my pain. Put bases at key places. Bases, key places. So you want one at your freighter, you want that crash freighter, you want one at one of those abandoned buildings with all the little eggs. Yes, you want one there. And what I would say is probably jump to the hardest places first, like the egg base. And get your eggs first, just in case you die again. And then you haven't wasted too much time. See what I'm saying? Where else do you want bases? On each of the freaking rendezvous areas of space. It doesn't have to be on the rendezvous planet, but, you know, they're probably the better ones to put them on, because then you can just fire up that memory beacon thing and go to the grave marker as well and get all your sort of lore stuff back and then just go to the expedition point. Just don't build too near to those places, you know, just be a bit mindful. But there we go. I've now popped iteration 2 and we're back to iteration 3. I've already got the money, I've already got the storm crystals. Now I'm going to go do the freaking eggs again. Yeah, go do the eggs again. Well, I managed to do it last time. I just broke my legs jumping off a building. You know what? I'm in the pirate area of space, so I tried buying the lava cores. Didn't work. Didn't work. That didn't work. Didn't pop nothing. Yeah, so I might as well spin those into nanites. But you know what? Buying modules with nanites, they're freaking seriously up to it. Just for like a baseline-y type blueprint, you're looking at 1,200 freaking nanites. It's insane. Insane in the main brain. Right, okay, there we go. Let's put those into nanites anyway, because we've got nothing else we can do with them. Why is that not working? Now work, dang you. Boom, done, like magic. Hey presto, done, dilly and done. You know what, I'm going to put a base in this system area of space. Yeah, I'm going to be putting a base on this piratey area of space, and also this is an extreme sentinel planet. Now I have noticed, I had a little cheeky look ahead at the next set of missions we've got to do, and there's some for running missions inside a pirate area of space. So if you come across a pirate system in space, or an extreme sentinel world, because there is another badge for killing sentinels, put down a base at an extreme sentinel planet and also a base inside of a pirate system. I'm lucky I managed to get the 2 in 1 here. This is a pirate system and it's got angry sentinels. So yeah, there goes my base. The only thing is, I can't rename my base. Every time I run out to do it, the sentinels detect me and try to completely annihilate me. So yeah, it's a very dangerous planet. I need to come back here when I've got some decent shields and got some decent weapons, which I ain't got yet. I've not got that yet. No, I have not. So anyway, for me to actually apply a name to the bases, you need to get them big enough to actually upload them. So then you can take a photo and you can upload it with a name. If you're not too fussed about names and you can kind of remember which is which, I mean, you can always write it down in a freaking notepad, can you? Doesn't matter too much. As long as you've got a base computer down, you should be able to jump back there. As long as you've claimed it, that is. Right, so now I found myself another abandoned building, people. Okay, we're going to try this again. We're going to try this again, people out there in the viewerverse. Yes, we are. Now, you've already seen my tunneling technique, and it did work. It's just I got nibbled on the way out the hole, and then I broke my legs. So this time, rather than jump out the hole and be a nibbling sort of target, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I am going to tunnel underneath the ground, and I'm going to pop up like a little mole under my ship, and then take on off. That's the plan. Will the plan work? Well, you've got to stay tuned to see, haven't you? Right, you know what? I'll play some more music while you watch me gaffer my eggs. Well, people, for doing that egg mission, I got given some omelettes, 5 of them. I'm going to give them all to Kronos, and hopefully he's going to give me a yeld of nanites in return. Here you go, my little melon-headed friend. This is what I was on about earlier. Look how much money's, how many nanites. Freaking mental. Now, I've gone all the way through and I haven't got enough of the simplest. The simplest of modules is freaking mental. Anyway, you saw me do all this earlier, getting to the actual grave marker and completing this bit. So that's the remainder of the badges done. Did it in a slightly different order this time. Doesn't really matter. There's one badge left to pop, and that is to create my own remembrance. What the... How the fudge do you do that then? Okay, right, well, let's check this out, because that's a little bit odd. I haven't had to do anything like this as yet. So like I was saying earlier, there isn't many new missions. Well, this one's definitely freaking new, isn't it? And yes, we have had a bit of new tech. It's like, but extracting the stuff from animals, that's no different from extracting like the other commodities you get from, you know, like milk or eggs or whatever. So yeah, this one's slightly different, but again, it's just crafting a product at the end of the day. At least that's how I'm reading into it. Let's go into the actual log and actually see if I've interpreted that correctly. So here we go. Memory fragments are the shattered remnants of previous existence located in the memory within your inventory. To absorb the memory and the impartial technology upgrade to aid you in its iteration. Okay, so what? We can make our own random technologies? Is that legit? Okay, well, let's have a look-see then. So how do I go about this? I need to be in the other freaking menu firstly, don't I? And it's a craftable product, is it? It's not that. So here we go. Oh, yes, there we go. Press X, and we can craft it. There it is. I need 2 wiring limbs, some silver, and some pugnium. Right, well, I think I can get all of that without even leaving this system or killing a single sentinel. How? I hear you say, Captain Steve. Well, the silver, you could just shoot some asteroids and get that sort of silver. Or I've got some stashed on my freighter, so I'm just going to grab it off my freighter. However, on your freighter, there's a back room. There's a back room that you're probably not going to want. And you can just delete some of the room. One, you can get yourself some warp fuel, but you can also get yourself some lovely, lovely silver. So just run on up these stairs and all the way to your back room, and then just delete the things that you find there. Lovely, and that's how you can get some silver. Now, down inside of your actual base, where you're going to be seeing all the sorts of ships flying into your freighter, sometimes, if you're lucky, one of them will sell you pugnium. So I'm going to head on over. Let's chat to this little guy. Hello there, buddy. Looks like something out of Dragon Ball, like Freezer or something. Freaking ace. Okay, right, I'm going to buy all this pugnium off of you. Thank you very much, Freezer look-alike. Awesome. Brilliant. That worked out pretty darn nicely. Righto, so the last thing is wiring looms. Well, you all know where to get wiring looms, over at the station inside of a Galactic Trade Terminal. So yeah, a GTT. Right, well, there we go. There's my wiring looms. I only need 2. They're quite expensive little kidders, aren't they? Done. Now I should be able to create this remembrance. Just need to scribble that away so I can build it. There it is. Let's build that in place. Right, okay. Well, that should have popped me a badge, shouldn't it? It has. I've got the badge. Summoned a new memory, so I can now craft my own memories. Interesting. They're all coming out at C class though. Now I have noticed that there is some sort of progress bar. The longer this goes on, the higher the yield of these things might be. So if you are struggling right now, if you give it a week maybe, you might start getting B classes or maybe even A classes. So if you are having problems, just put it down, come back again in say a week. By that time it's probably going to be patched and there's probably going to be no sort of issues either. But here we go, we've now completed iteration 3. I can run on up, we can put on that new lovely cloak. So if you haven't adorned a cloak before, just go to backpack and then just choose customize cape. And there we go, we've got our cape on. I've changed the colours and it's looking pretty darn freaking swanky. And that's pretty much where we're going to be ending off today, people. So yeah, hopefully see you for iteration 4. And hopefully some of these tips have helped you on your way. And if they have, hit that subscribe. Until next time, goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you like what you see, please hit a like and a subscribe. And I'd like to say a massive, great big thank you to all of my backers over on Patreon and over on YouTube membership. Thanking you, backers. And if you want to support this channel, just don't skip the adverts. That throws revenue down my avenue. Or yeah, just stay with Captain Steve that little bit longer and hit something on this screen. There's merch here now too.